One thing's for certain about last year. We had the good, the bad, and the disappointing. So, let's review the year of 2013. The review of the year is my chance to talk about everything film from last year. It allows me to talk about the best, the worst, and stuff like that. So, quick heads up before we begin of the rules. It's basically two rules. One, not allowed to mention any films I haven't seen, so in other words, I'm not allowed to lie. It's an obvious one. Two, I am allowed to mention films that I have reviewed last year that I hadn't seen before. In this case, it is only Looper, so it's not going to be that inaccurate. It'll be mainly this year, just so you know. So, let's instantly start off with Best Line. Best line is the best line said by an actor or actress, or quote, or whatever you want to call it. I will warn you instantly that there will be bad impressions, as I will not show the clips and I will say them, and probably say the quotes in an impression. So, there shouldn't be anything that bad. Maybe there will be, I don't know. So, let's start off with a quote that sort of should be on this list, sort of shouldn't, but I don't care, I'm putting it on as my list. And this is because it's in a deleted scene. And that is Avengers Assemble, asshole. Now this was perhaps one of these lines that I loved completely. It's said by Hitler in the final battle in Kick-Ass 2, or at least just before, and it's in the deleted scene. Now, the reason I'm putting this in is because I love this quote. This quote was actually in the book, kind of, except it was Avengers fucking Assemble, asshole. But still, what can you do? And I was quite upset when it wasn't in the original cut. So this is why I'm putting it in, because it's perhaps one of my favourite lines out of everything. Yep. That's how much I like this line. Plus the line delivery. Yeah. Okay. Next up, this is from The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Now, this line's from Benedict Cumberbatch, so sorry if you like him. I'm kinda gonna destroy win-win impression. But this is perhaps this is one of the final lines said in The Hobbit, and that is, wait, hang on, I need to do my dragon arms, I need to do this. I am fire. I am death. Don't question it. Just, it's fine. It's fine. No, but I love this line. This was perhaps one of the most chilling lines to say. It's not funny or anything, it's just quite intimidating. Especially when you realise what the dragon's about to do when he says that line. And plus Benedict Cumberbatch's line delivery, amazing. And I like the little pause when he goes, I am. And you're waiting for it, and then he goes, death. God, that was horrible, that impression there. Right, okay. That sounded like I was about to die there, but it's fine. Let's move on to the next and final line. This is from The World's End. And to be honest, it's probably one of the most ridiculous lines ever, but I love it. And that is, in my best Simon Pegg impression, why don't you jump into your spaceship and fuck off back to Legoland, you cunts? That doesn't sound anything like Simon Pegg, but I'm not going to repeat it. I love this line completely. It made me laugh so much when I heard it first. Actually, I couldn't stop laughing. I forgot half of it. I don't even think I listened to the rest of the stuff that was said in that scene because I was laughing so much at it. It's even funnier though when you realise, hang on, Legoland's actually in Earth. So he's actually telling them to go off to Legoland, go back to Earth. Don't worry, he was drunk. It makes sense to him. We'll just pretend that it does. Right, and let's head off to Best Actor. Best Actor? Do I even need to explain Best Actor? If I will, I must. If I must, I will. Other way around. But Best Actor is the best performance by an actor. Male actor. So let's just jump straight in, because you probably knew that already. Starting with Hugh Jackman from Prisoners. This performance was amazing. I'm not going to kid around with this. This was perfect on every level. He didn't actually remind me of Wolverine for once. Usually with a Hugh Jackman film, I'm like, Wolverine! But this one he didn't. This one he kind of scared me. Especially when he had a hammer and he was hitting the sink. Yeah, but this performance was amazing. It was really hard to watch the performance because it was that good. Since he was playing a guy whose kids had been kidnapped. And that is why it was such a great performance. He managed to pull it off. He managed to show the destruction that can cause for anybody. And the length that he would go to get his daughter back. Yeah, he only had one daughter. I don't know why I said daughter. Oh, yeah, that was because two kids were captured. It was kidnapped, and that was the other one was his best friend's kid. But yeah, perfect performance, brilliant film. So let's move on to the next one. And I apologise instantly because I will probably mispronounce this. Barkhad Abdi from Captain Phillips. Now, I'm probably going to sound really racist here, but I'm trying not to because I'm trying to explain how good his performance is. But I seriously thought he was a Somali pirate. I genuinely believe that they had just whipped out some guy who happened to be a Somali pirate and got him to point a gun at Tom Hanks. That sounds extremely racist probably, but that's how good his performance was. He was so believable about it. He was intimidating. He managed to outact Tom Hanks. That's how good he was. Tom Hanks was amazing in this role, yet somehow he manages to beat him. That just shows how good this performance was. And I would really recommend just watching Captain Phillips for this performance. This was, I think, his first performance. He's already won a BAFTA. And it's... do I even need to say it? It was just so good at that. Brilliant performance. And just brilliant actor, basically. I hope he goes far with this, considering how well he done. So let's move on to perhaps one of the most obvious best actors, or maybe not, depends if you like Marvel or not. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man 3. Yeah, okay, this was pretty predictable. Robert Downey Jr. basically is Iron Man. I've probably mentioned this like 500 times. He is Iron Man, he is Iron Man, he is Iron Man. He is Iron Man. There you go, I've mentioned an extra 4 times, which makes I've mentioned it 505 times altogether. So there you go. Have fun counting. But genuinely, he's brilliant in this performance. He is Tony Stark, basically. I cannot differentiate between Tony Stark and him. Whenever I think Tony Stark, I think Robert Downey Jr. Whenever I think Robert Downey Jr., I think Tony Stark. And Iron Man. Even though he's not even in... well, maybe Metal is doing a performance of its own as well. But, I don't know. I'm not going to go on forever about Tony Stark. See, that's how good he is. But yeah. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man 3, Best Actor. And finally, we've got two more. I don't know why I said finally. And our best actor is Daniel Day-Lewis from Lincoln. Now, this film did come out in UK January, so it sort of is a 2013 film to me. And also, but when I reviewed this with Callum, it was very strange. Yeah, the review was strange, but the points that we were making about Daniel Day-Lewis's performance, if we made any, I think we did. I can't remember. But it was a really good performance. Daniel Day-Lewis, perfect. I just liked the way he was sitting around there. He'd go, "Yes, I remember the story." I sound more like Bane than Daniel Day-Lewis's Lincoln. But he was amazing, and I'm glad he won all those Oscars and BAFTAs and awards. So there we go. I don't really need to mention much about it. You just know he's good. He's Daniel Day-Lewis. But yeah, performance amazing. The film's really good. Let's move on then. With finally Benedict Cumberbatch, The Fifth Estate. Now this was a film that was pretty good. It's pretty underrated. It's not as bad as it just isn't that bad. It's actually a pretty good film. Some people say it's biased. I don't know. I don't know the full story. But I really enjoyed it. Benedict Cumberbatch's performance as Julian Assange was so good, and he got recognition from the Prime Minister. Say what you want about the Prime Minister, but being recognised from the Prime Minister who has other stuff to do, or at least so he says, is really good. I heard he only stayed for half the film, but he said that it was a brilliant performance, and I completely agree. Benedict Cumberbatch's performance as Julian Assange was amazing. I didn't see any Cumberbatch in him. Instead, I saw Pump Bleach. I couldn't really resist saying that. Sorry, but yeah, this performance was unbelievably good. He was Julian Assange in this performance, and yeah, no Benedict Cumberbatch, just Julian Assange. In fact, I should change this around to Julian Assange as no. In The Fifth Estate. I was about to say as Benedict Cumberbatch, but I don't think Julian Assange could pull off Benedict Cumberbatch. Don't think anyone could.